Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. Welcome back to the channel guys. I hope that all of you are doing good. Today's video is going to be about two fragrances from the Maison Alhambra brand that turned out to be absolute winners. The first one is called Afro Leather and is a clone of Memo Paris's African Leather, and the second one is called Exclusif Tabac, and this thing is a clone of Carolina Herrera's Mystery Tobacco. Now, when I initially tried those two fragrances for the first time, I had my doubts about one of them. The other proved to be an instant love. So I'm going to tell you all about it in this video. Before I start with the actual reviews of the two fragrances, I just wanted to take a little bit of a time just to say thank you to all of you guys. Just yesterday, I think my channel hit the 5,000 subscriber mark, and for me that's a huge achievement. So I just wanted to thank everybody who has ever, watched any of my videos, who has liked any of my videos, or even disliked any of my videos, who has taken the time to comment or subscribe. A huge thank you to all of you guys. I'm going to start the video off with Afro Leather from Maison Alhambra. The fragrance comes packaged in this dark brownish colored box with golden accents. On the front you got the name of the fragrance, the name of the company, the bottle size, which is 80 milliliters in this case, and the concentration, which is EDP. On the back you got sticker of authenticity. On the top there's some more branding, and on the bottom there's a production date, which in this case is August of 2023. And then once you take out the bottle, it has this look, again pretty similar to the box, the name of the company, the name of the fragrance. You got a metallic cap that's quite heavy and is a snug fit. The bottle has nice heft to it and is very reminiscent to what you get with the original fragrance called African Leather. The note breakdown of Afro Leather from Maison Alhambra has the following notes. The top notes are cardamom, leather and saffron. The middle notes are vetiver, patchouli and cumin, and the base notes are geranium, oud, bergamot and musk. I don't think this is a very accurate note breakdown. This is the sprayer in action, and it's actually a very decent sprayer. And now onto the scent of Afro Leather. Now, there's been rare, this type of, cases when I really don't like the opening of a certain fragrance. The opening here, to my nose, feels just a bit too spicy. I think Maison Alhambra have overdone the cumin note in particular. I also pick up a touch of, the cardamom, but the main dominating note in the opening of this fragrance for me has been the cumin note, and that's really unpleasant. It's so strong that it gets to the point of being really unpleasant. I also get quite a lot of the leather note in the opening of this fragrance and a touch of sweetness. But things change really a lot when this starts to go into the dry down. The dry down becomes a lot more enjoyable, a lot softer. The cumin note loses a lot of its strength. This thing becomes a lot less spicy. The leather note starts to become a little bit stronger. The amber sweetness in here starts to kick in, and I get the vetiver, I get the patchouli. It becomes a really warm and sweet, leathery, dry down. That's really enjoyable for me. It's as I said, it's one of those rare cases where I really don't like the opening of the fragrance, but I love the dry down, and that's why I had my doubts a little bit about this fragrance, because when I first tried it, that spiciness was just a bit too overwhelming, and I wasn't sure whether I'm going to like Afro Leather. But it turns out that I really enjoyed the dry down of this fragrance. Similarities wise to the original fragrance, it's pretty similar. In fact, almost not identical, but very close to the original scent, minus the quality of the cardamom note in here that feels a little bit of a less quality compared to African Leather, and the fact that this thing has a ramped up cumin note in the opening. But the dry down is very close to the original scent. When it comes to the performance, this is another strong suit for this fragrance. I really have been impressed by the performance. This thing has been giving me somewhere between 8 to 9 hours of performance on my skin, with a very decent projection to go with that as well. Price tag, I paid about 20 euros here in Europe in order to get Afro Leather, which is a pretty decent deal in my opinion. And when it comes to the versatility, this is not a super versatile scent. In my opinion, this is more orientated towards the colder months of the year, because of the spiciness and the warmth and the strong leather note in here. I think this is more wearable in the colder months of the year. And the second fragrance, of course, that I'm going to talk about in this video, again from Maison Alhambra, is called Exclusif Tabac. This is the box of the bottle. Again, you got this sort of a dark brownish colored box with golden accents. On the front, you got the name of the fragrance, the name of the company, the bottle size 100 milliliters, the concentration, EDP. On the top, there's some branding. On the back, a sticker of authenticity, and on the bottom you got the production date, which is December of 2023, so quite a recent bottle. In order to get to the bottle itself, you have to slide the bottom part of the box out, and when you do that, you are greeted by this bottle. It looks really nice, and as I said, this thing is a clone of Carolina Herrera's Mystery Tobacco, and the bottle itself is kind of reminiscent of what you get with the original. You get a plastic cap, but it's a very snug fit. The bottle has nice heft to it, and all in all, the packaging is very decent. If you enjoy my videos, guys, but you're not yet a subscriber to the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Okay, now let's talk about the scent and the note breakdown of Exclusif Tabac. The note breakdown has the following notes. The top notes are ginger, citrus, osmanthus, and artemisia. The middle notes are vetiver, tobacco, patchouli, gaiac oud, and the base note is tonka bean. At least that's what is listed, one base note. Show you the sprayer in action. It's another very decent sprayer, and I absolutely love the scent of this fragrance. Now the opening is slightly spicy, very boozy. I've always picked up a boozy note in all these tobacco-based fragrances, and you got a very nice, smooth tobacco note in the opening of this fragrance that's mixed with quite a lot of sweetness. It's a very smooth scent, really nice and enjoyable opening, and I absolutely love that boozy vibe that you get out of this fragrance. When it starts to dry down, it becomes a little bit sweeter, some of that spiciness goes away. The dry down is all about the mix of, that sweet notes. There's some powderness from the tonka bean. I definitely pick up something like an amber sweetness on the dry down of this fragrance. The tobacco is of course there, still going strong, still very smooth, and I also still get a that quite strong boozy vibe out of this fragrance. All in all, this is a very nicely done fragrance, a great clone of Carolina Herrera's Mystery Tobacco, and a fantastic tobacco scent, and I absolutely love this fragrance. It's been an instant love for me. When it comes to how close this thing is to the original scent, in my opinion, this is very close, and you hardly get anything closer than this to the original fragrance. When it comes to the performance, another area where this fragrance absolutely shines, I've been getting about 10 hours of performance out of Exclusif Tabac with very strong projection in the first about 2.5 hours. So not exactly a beast mode performing fragrance, but a very strong fragrance nonetheless. When it comes to the price tag, this is a little bit more expensive, at least around here in Europe. I had to pay about 30 euros in order to get Exclusif Tabac, maybe slightly less than 30 euros, but still a little bit more on the expensive side when it comes to Maison Alhambra fragrances, but I still think that it's absolutely worth it, especially if you love tobacco-based fragrances. When it comes to versatility, another fragrance that's a little bit more orientated towards the colder months of the year, but you can definitely get away with this one in the warmer weather as long as you don't go with too many sprays out of this fragrance, and in my opinion this is a unisex scent, so all in all quite a versatile fragrance. And onto my final thoughts about Afro Leather and Exclusif Tabac from Maison Alhambra. As I said in the opening of this video, both fragrances have been absolute winners for me. Now the first one, Afro Leather, I don't really enjoy that much the opening, but once I get past that first 5 or 10 minutes of the life of this fragrance, I really enjoy the warm and very cozy dry down that this thing has. It also has very good performance, will get you very close to African leather. In fact, I've not tried anything that will get you closer to African leather compared to Afro Leather here from Maison Alhambra. And all in all, this is a very nicely done leather fragrance that feels almost like it's been done by a designer brand. When it comes to Exclusif Tabac, as I said a few times already in this video, this fragrance has been an absolute love for me, an instant love for me. This was very hard to find for me. I had to look for this for quite a while and wait for quite a while before I was finally able to get my hands on a bottle of this fragrance. But I'm super glad that I finally have this in my collection. One of the best tobacco scents that I have tried, and that is even including you know, designer and niche tobacco scents. Super nice, super smooth, very cozy, just one of those fragrances that whenever I put on, it just brings a smile onto my face. That's how much I like this one. And the best thing out of all is that it's very affordable and has great performance. So if you're looking for a very smooth, very nicely done tobacco scent with great performance and affordable price tag, definitely check out Exclusif Tabac. And so guys, in today's video I showed you two fantastically done clones from the house of Maison Alhambra, Afro Leather and Exclusif Tabac. I hope that you found this video interesting. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that you're going to join me in the next one. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.